Computer is so slow right now. Okay, there we go. Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay. So today, I am working on this pair of socks. Yeah, this pair of socks just here, right? Sorry, I just need to move something around in my breath. I need to move my windows around. Because I need to talk to this one here. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Okay, so today I'm working on these socks, actually. That's better. Yeah, so today I'm working on these socks. I have been working on them during the week, which is why I've got quite a bit done on them. And looking at them now, I'm actually wishing that I had made the blue the dominant colour rather than the cream. They look a lot different in the camera than they do in my hand. The blue looks a lot more dominant, but interesting. Anyway, so I don't know if you can see, I've got two sets of needles in here at the moment, a grey and an orange. So what has happened is I have knitted it. The colour work and the floats are just too loose. So I'm going to knit back about 3 rows and just fix that before we carry on with the rest of the sock. I also have, before I topple myself over, some spinning here that I might do if my hands get a little bit sore, if my wrists get sore. Might work on that as well. So the way I'm going to fix the floats, the blue strands running across the back, is I'm going to use a technique called ladder back jacket, and basically it's creating another, it's very loose in there too. I'm not going that far back. I'm not going that far back. It's basically a row of stitches up the inside of the sock in the loose colour. So that is what I'll be doing. So I've picked up all my stitches on the orange needles, about 3 rows down, and as you can see I've just pulled the needles out. So then I just pull on the strands, the empty strands, and hopefully, if I've done it right, all of the needles will hold all of the live stitches. And magic! Yay, it worked! So now I'm just going to collect up all the loose yarn, else that'll drive me batty. So twisted up in there, considering I haven't done any float management that way. That's so tangled. Don't know why. Okay, cool. So I've taken it back to a row where the floats are only about 5 stitches long, which is a little bit more manageable than the 7 and 9 that I think I was working on. Yeah. So because it's colour work, I knit them inside out. It just makes the strands along the back a little less tight and it fits on the leg a lot better. So we're going this way. So I'm just going to have to move them from the small needles onto the larger needles before I can knit on them, else it will make a little bit of a size difference. It probably won't make too much of a difference just for 1 row, but I have already started this sock over twice, and I don't want to have to come back to this row because it looks funny. Where's my other? So this is a set of five little needles, and I lost the other one. But I found it. I thought I lost it just for a second there. That's okay. I just like keeping them all together. I'm trying to get a set in this diameter, in the smaller length. I find the smaller ones easier to work with. It sounds like an innuendo, but the 20 centimeter double pointed knitting needles just have they're just too lengthy. Like too much sticking out on either end of the sock, because I only work on like 16 to 18 stitches on a needle, and there's just no need to have all of that sticking out when they fit quite happily on a little orange one. So I've been trying to get some of the smaller length needles, the 15 centimeter needles. But of course all the shops are closed at the moment. I'm just waiting to hear back from this one woman on Monday as to whether her online shop is open. I'm going to be placing an order with her if... Well, no, her online shop is open. I'm waiting to hear back as to whether she can get a courier to come and pick up from her location. Or if that was just for like pre-existing orders. So we shall see. But if I can get them, then... Well, what? I will definitely be getting them. She has this gorgeous buttery yellow, like golden yellow yarn as well, and I have this just gorgeous little sweater pattern, and it actually calls for a yellow yarn. The pattern is literally a little yellow sweater, rather than something more neutral. It's such a gorgeous pattern though. I honestly think it would look good in any colour, but I don't have anything yellow, and I think it would look good on me, so I want to make it. And if it doesn't look good on me, I'm sure one of the younger sisters will be able to wear it anyway. Although that's a little bit depressing too. Alright, starting again. Except I've just realised this needle is like bent. I don't know if you can see it as I'm twisting it. So I'm just going to switch it out real quick. Okay. So my current favourite tea is it's a vanilla rooibos, which is a South African red bush tea, and a chai. Those are my favourite teas at the moment. I have to remember where I was up to 3 rows ago. Okay. Oh gosh. Must be that one there. One brown stitch. And then a blue one. Yeah, that's a small enough float that I won't panic about that one. So the problem with having the longer floats is that the yarn doesn't stretch so much when it's just a plain length. It stretches more when it's actually been knitted. So the later back jacket is like knitting stitches along the back in the other odd colour. So I am going to end up with 2, 4, 7 stitches here. So what I'm going to do is about 3 stitches in, I bring the yarn forward and I take my yarn that I'm just dragging along the back, and I'm just going to make a stitch. I'm not going to knit it or anything, I just need it sitting quite loosely on the needle. So it's just that blue stitch on the edge here. And then I pull my yarn back to the back and I carry on knitting my other stitches, just totally ignoring that dark blue one. until I need to use it to knit that stitch there. And it just breaks the float up. So instead of it being one strand running across the back of 7 stitches, it is now on the back of 3 stitches, and then a stitch, and then another 4 stitches. And it just makes it a bit more stretchy, tidier. You don't have massively long strands of yarn running across the back of your sock that you're going to catch your toe in when you put it on. There's just lots of benefits. So then I'm going to do it again here after 3 stitches. I have to keep reminding myself to bring the yarn forward, else you're technically putting the stitch in front of that and it'll be visible. You do not want it visible, because it's just a yarn management technique, it's not an actual stitch. Then another one. I was using a magic loop technique with these socks rather than the 5 double pointed needles. I was using just one circular needle, but I found that my gauge is a lot tighter when I'm using circular needles as compared to when I'm using double pointed needles. Hey Alex. So I switched from the circular needle to the double pointed needle, just to ensure that the socks would fit me, because the stranded color work is really tight. They're so awkward when they're this long. I just pulled my needle out of the last 3 stitches. Whoa. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a stitch. 1, 2. So this is the first sock, the first of 2. I have had a couple of false starts with this one. So the first sock, I made it to about, I'd say about here. I made it this far through before I decided, well, that was when I changed my needle size. So I had started up here on a circular needle, and so this top section was a lot tighter than the bottom section here. So I ripped that out on Friday night and started again. So technically what you're looking at here is yesterday's progress. So I'm hoping to get the rest of the sock finished. Hi Shesha, hello! By this weekend so that I can start on the second one. The second one's due by next Saturday, I want to say. Hello! I love that little fox, it's so cute. So for me, that's a lot of progress on one sock in one day. So I'm currently doing this yarn management technique where I make extra stitches. It's just for the last like 3 rows of the leg, where the colour work gets spaced quite a ways apart. So I'm actually putting I'm making myself extra work in that point as well, because obviously it's extra stitches, even if it is only like 5 or 6 extra stitches. It's still a pain in the butt. But hopefully, I'm hoping that it'll be well worth it. How are you guys going? Everyone's keeping safe? Where's my start? Okay, there we go. Last needle, my goodness. Have you guys gone into lockdown yet? I haven't heard anything. Ooh, I need to check my update. I gotta see if that guy in Nelson survived. I gotta look at my current cases page. You're not on lockdown in Virginia? You guys really need to get that shit together. What on earth are all of these? Is it the 29th today? It is the 29th. Just gotta make sure I'm on the right page. Oh, good. No. We had our first death. Okay. That's gonna be fun at work tomorrow. Yeah. That's okay. Our number of cases are slowing down every day. We obviously are going to get more and more and more while we're in lockdown. We're not going to go down to 0 overnight, obviously. But I wasn't expecting that person to die so quick, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised too, actually, but I think everyone who has been confirmed has been looked at and just sent home to quarantine. So we're hoping that we just don't spread it anymore. Ah! I just dropped my pen everywhere. It's alright. I need some chocolate now. I shouldn't have read that. I shouldn't have read that update while I was streaming. I'll just make sure. Oh, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this one. I don't know if you can see the picture. That's what it looks like on. It's quite a neat sock. Oh my goodness, they're sending all of these crazy coronavirus videos in the group chat. Here we go. That was depressing. I shouldn't have read that. Yeah, it's really warm. It's really comfortable. The sock yarn is superfine merino, nylon, and alpaca. So it's so warm. Yeah, we don't have enough ventilators here either. If we get it in Northland, we're so screwed. Like, we've already got 7 people quarantined with it. And a couple of them are in the hospital that I work at. So it's a little scary because I still have to go to work. Yeah, we're sort of waiting for it to really hit us, and then probably they'll just send us home. So you guys are obviously still all like working and everything. Okay, so this here is a little dark blue stitch that I've made. I don't know how well you can see it. I've made to carry up the back of the inside of the sock, right? So I have moved the working yarn to the inside of the sock just temporarily, and I'm basically going to knit into the stitch. So it's like a double layer of knitting, but it's just making that yarn or that part of the sock just that little bit stretchier. I really need it to be able to go over my heel. If I can't get it over my heel, it's an absolute waste of a sock. Oh, that's really shit that they got fired. I mean, I guess if the business can't support them, then they can't do anything about it. Our government has done a package where everyone who's affected by it gets like $585 a week before tax. Obviously you have to apply for it, but if you're eligible, you get it. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like obviously, like because I'm working at a hospital, I'm not eligible for that money. But I think that if we get sent home from work, they will just pay us. Wow, that's a lot of people, eh? That's a lot of people unemployed. I don't want to get political, but your government, man. So talk to me about Destiny. Something a little less like depressing, although in saying that. Oh, I did that really wrong. Whoops. Maybe it should be like from one depressing topic to another. Yeah, I saw that Charles is back. I've missed so much. I don't even know if I can even come back now. Like, I've missed so much. I feel as soon if I didn't have to go to work, I would literally just be playing Destiny all day, just to catch up. I don't know if that would lessen my stress or just add to it though. Charles will never not be sweaty. Like, that's just a part of Charles, is just sweatiness. You just turn off the console and go jump in the shower. That's what Charles is. They bump everyone's light level with each season. Oh yeah, okay. Oh well. If Leo's surgery goes through in May, I'll have 2 weeks at home with him, so... There's my 2 weeks of holiday already planned. Just depends whether they're still doing the surgeries or not. Otherwise I'll have to bump it by a couple of weeks. I'm really hoping they are. I gave him a bath this morning and his leg has lost so much muscle. It's like my life is just jinxed right now.
Is your left one normally bigger than your right? Is it normal that they're sometimes really sore and a little lumpy? Do they hurt when you run, but look
that for a second.
really good in a
Oh,
push-up
his
It's important to know your breasts, so you know when something's changed.
his knee
Pre-check
keeps
and
dislocating.
by Breast
They call it a
Cancer Foundation
luxating
NZ
patella.
will teach your hands what to look for. Download Pre-check from the
Basically
App Store or
the
Google Play
little
today.
knee bone,
Know
the
signs.
almond
Know
shaped
you're
bone,
normal.
just pops off. And he can't always, it doesn't always pop back in by itself. So when I was bathing him this morning, it popped off like 3 times within a span of 15 minutes. It's really bad. It was not so bad when it was first diagnosed, and I've just been saving up for it because the surgery costs like $2.5 grand. So I've just been saving up. Meanwhile, Kira's, you know, has nonsense going on with her, so that's cost me money. And my car doesn't need replacing yet, but that'll need to be done soon. And of course, the minute I get the money saved up, we go into bloody pandemic. And the country's in lockdown. Yeah, it's all good. I just need for the vets to be open, so I can get it done. But anyway, my life dramas. So, what is the 50 light grind? And the pinnacle stuff, is that the like little bounties or quests or whatever that you have to do every week, is that right? Like the nightfall and stuff like that. Yeah, I hope it goes well as well. Basically once he has the surgery, it's like crated. He's got to be in a crate for a week, and he's got to keep quiet for like 3 months or something. It's not going to be possible at all. It's not going to be possible at all. But I'll just manage with however I can. Just do my best. Yeah. Poor puppy, but it is what it is. Oh well, I might turn the PlayStation on and load it up later, and see what I can do for an hour or two. Try and catch up. I cannot do anything during the weekdays, but I can try on like Saturday and Sunday night to do an hour or so. Uh, 50 light. I barely even remember how the light goes up. So the light goes up by your gear and weapons and stuff, right? Which is your powerful stuff, yeah. And pinnacles are... Oh, Jesus. You know, I have not even done the raid from the Bloomin' Awoken. I still have not done that raid. That makes me unhappy. I need to do that one. Oops, I fucked up there a little bit. That's alright. Like, it's just so fucked up how much stuff I've missed. Alright, last round before I start on the heal, I think. No, 2 more rounds. Pattern round and then a plain round on smaller needles. And then I can start to heal. I've got my like pattern hanging up next to me, so I don't have to read all over the desk. I have a book reader somewhere, but I could have it on my app on my phone, I suppose. No, I need this for one more round. Okay. I was about to just like cut my yarn off. But I need it for one more. They always did that though. They always do that with raids, which sucks. So I'm gonna just move that stitch over by 1 so that it's distributed better. I should have known I was gonna need it over 1 rather than where I had it. Okay, this is gonna get awkward. I need to pop that on there so that that can come off. Yikes. Pop that there. Pick that stitch back up without losing everything and just crying. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I didn't even do half of the Black Armory stuff. I think I only did the first forge of that one. I didn't even do all the forges. Like, I feel so useless in Destiny. just gonna abandon that stitch for a second. And Life is Strange too. Like, what the hell? I just abandoned all my games. I think the only one I've played this year is Spyro. Like, alright, just excuse me for a minute, guys. I just have to go blow my nose. Oops, and I can put the music back on. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, you don't have to do any of the past quests? Yes! I literally only did like the first episode, and I barely remember what happened, so I'm probably gonna have to go back and play it over again, to be honest. Just popped down to the kitchen to see what Tiff's up to. She's making, she's really into candle and soap making. So she's currently trying to make this geode kind of candle, which has so many layers. So she's layering color by color inside the silicone mold. I should stream what Life is Strange too. Yeah, I did stream the first episode when it like came out a long time ago. And I do want to play it through. I think I will eventually. I will eventually stream it again when I get back around to playing it. Now. Okay. I know what I'm up to now. Yeah. I kind of, like, I want to save up for a laptop. so that we can do a stream not in here, so that we could do a stream like in the kitchen, with Tiffany doing her wax and candle soap making stuff, and me doing like my knitting or my spinning at the same time, and just us all like hanging out together. I thought that would be quite a neat thing to do. I gotta get back into my crochet as well. I'm actually just doing socks now because Sock Madness, but I didn't qualify for a competition team. I only qualified for cheerleader because I didn't finish my socks in time. So I don't have to be knitting socks. I just really like this pattern. Well, like I said, I'll try and get on later tonight. I can't guarantee when, but I'll try and pop on. Alright, it looks like I'm nearly back to where I was when I unraveled everything, started the stream 40 minutes ago. Except I just realised I need to move these stitches. I need to move that stitch over. I don't know how to pick that stitch up. Yeah, that seems right. This is so weird. So confusing. Okay. So the ladder back jacket is like a really new to me technique. So I'm sort of still wrapping my head around how it works. So just bear with me on it. So when do you guys normally play? And what do you need a third for? Because you know I'll be useless. But I still want to like play the game and see what happens. Like, I don't want to just be dragged through everything. That's so awkward. Okay. I like what it does to the sock, but it's just awkward as anything to do. Okay, last needle.
How well do you know your own breasts? Is your left one normally bigger than your right? Is it normal that they're sometimes really sore and a little lumpy? Do they hurt when you run, but look really, really good in a push-up bra? It's important to know your breasts, so you know when something's changed. Pre-check. A new app by Breast Cancer Foundation NZ will teach your hands what to look for. Download PreCheck from the App Store or Google Play today. Know the signs. Know you're normal.
Wait. I hate the ads. Hate the ads. Hi, Jane. Thank you, thank you. It's the only way that I know how to knit colour work, so that's how I do. I'm on like the second to last round before I start doing the heel for the sock. So I'll turn it inside out shortly, right side out shortly, and show you what it looks like. I'm skipping like the last 10 rows of the pattern because the leg of the sock is just too long for me. My calves are just too big. It just doesn't fit right. It just slips down, no matter how loose the top of the sock is. Just a pain in the butt. That's okay. Better than a random? Yeah, I suppose so. Okay, so now I think I can discard the yarn. So I'm just going to chop the yarn off. I'm going to leave like a decently long tail just in case. But I also don't want to leave it too long in case I run out at the other end. Did it. Done. Okay. So I'll turn it the right side out. The floats in there are still just a little bit long in some places, but I think I've done my best with it. So this is the leg so far. So what should have happened with the rest of the sock, so these diamonds here, it actually wanted another 2, so with just a single stitch, like that one has a single stitch in them. They were supposed to be just a big square square of this cream color with a single blue stitch in, but I've just foregone that because it just doesn't fit me right. It just slips down and then it'll be just really bunchy around my ankle, so it won't be comfortable at all. So I've just said no, I'm not doing that. Get Tiff to stream too. Well, that's what I thought. If I got a laptop, we could both do our thing, which would be quite cool. We could just be hanging out in the kitchen doing some crafty stuff. Oh, even that one is still really long. This float right here is just too long. But I think that was the start of the round. And I can't do anything about it now. So I'm just gonna have to suck it up. That's annoying. Yeah, that's what I want to do. But just have to wait for Leo to have his surgery done. And there's a couple other things on my wish list for the year, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's annoying me. I wonder if I can... I'm just gonna take this thread under there with a crochet hook and just like catch it. I will see if that works. Okay, so after I have finished row blah de blah that I have finished on, I need to break the dark yarn, which I have done, and carry on with the light yarn. So switch back to US 1s and knit one complete round with contrasting light colour. So here we go, I guess. So in this round I need to be knitting the dark blue stitch together with a pale colour, just to get it off the needle for one. But oh, actually I suppose I could probably do this one. Slip. To hide it, because it's not actually technically a stitch, it's just there to help the sock be a little bit stretchier. Oh well, I guess I'm going to see if it's possible to knit these socks on the 15 centimeter needles like I wanted to, or if I am just going to be totally screwed. Oh no, it should be alright. Just gotta remember not to push the stitches too far off, else I really will lose them all. Yikes. I'm gonna have to do something about those stitches just there. So I need to do a little bit of math with these socks. Because I won't be knitting it to the same foot length as the pattern requests. Because my foot is just a little bit shorter than is recommended for the size sock that I'm doing. But I needed to do the largest size to fit it over my ankles and up my calves, because I have fat legs. Yeah, that actually worked really well. Cool. Just admiring the little ladders of stitches on the back there from my LBJ. So you said you're on in the evenings. Like, is that evening for you or is that evening for me? Because that's always just a little confusing. Whoop, wrong needle. Afternoon and evening for me? Okay. So both you and Ken have got sent home from work even though you're not in lockdown? Or is Ken's in a different state to you, eh? I forget. Am I allowed to put my sock on my foot and show the stream of the sock on my foot? Or is that like not allowed? Can I only show you the sock? I don't remember. It should be allowed, so that means it's not allowed. Okay. That's a scary part of the world right now. Just can't show my feet, eh? That's so yuck. That's so yuck that that's a thing. Okay. Completed a leg of Mastock. I'm wishing I'd done the blue dominant now rather than the cream, but can't do anything about it. Gotta carry on. So these are the socks that I was working on. I think last time I was streaming. They've got an interesting texture to them. They're quite cool. It's a different yarn to what I'm working on now, so the feel is a bit different. So I'm not actually sure about using that stuff anymore because this feels so much nicer. I feel I can't give those to anyone because I don't feel so nice, you know?